Dan, Bob,
Eric,
and Dr. Agro.
We should have lined this up to go in a decent order, but welcome to
hard mode.
GigaBoots podcast.
Maybe just restarting the move?
No! Keep
Okay, I'm
it!
trying to think if I know this pattern or something.
I mean, there's probably a puzzle solution in a couple of Super NES games. It was probably featured prominently in the movie Vanilla Sky.
Yes, I do know that pattern.
Yeah, from Vanilla Sky. The Tom Cruise movie.
I don't even know the trailer from
Very
Vanilla Sky.
cerebral.
Are you playing a keyboard that you didn't know you knew, and that's the secret to unlocking the wall behind us?
I can't imagine this man articulately playing a keyboard or a piano, so I just imagine... I'm sorry.
You've clearly never had one of my hand jobs.
This is a true fact.
Wait. That was wrong of me. Let me rephrase that. You clearly don't remember any of my hand jobs.
It's a good thing I'm not spreading this video all over the internet. So, hey everybody.
You wouldn't put any of these on the internet, right?
No, we haven't put anything of you on the internet. It's all stayed locked in the
You know,
safe.
based on the last 6 months of GigaBoots videos?
Because there are
maybe.
people in Seattle that are like looking for me. Think, look, if you were in a coffee shop in Seattle and a guy comes in who's like 5'0" and blonde with like hair over one eye and told you he was in the mob, you'd think he was kidding. Right? You'd fuck his sister.
So we're not going to do a news segment per se this week. We're just going to talk about what we're doing with the site and what we're doing in general. I'll front load this with what we're doing with the site. So hey guys, we're going to kind of stop doing quick plays because they're annoying and they take the most time out of everything we do.
Because I hate you.
No, that's what I told Wakana when I said no more of the weekly beating. Sorry, Wakana, I'm looking at these numbers and fuck you.
Wow. The numbers
They
are
spelled it out! I didn't make it do that.
I mean, I really kept expecting one day the weekly beating was just going to be Dan sitting there beating in front of the camera.
Yeah, maybe.
Just like one day, like he'll upload it and like, oh god, that wasn't just a thing I did in my head and then giggled, I actually did that.
Early in the weekly beating, we did like 4 weeks of Street Fighter in a row, and I would say that's pretty much the same thing. Oh, look at how good at Street Fighter! Bob, why do you keep losing? But then he won at EX3 and made me completely regret buying that game.
That's all it took.
Well, I'm not playing that game because of its quality. It's Street Fighter EX3 on the PS2.
It's purely so you can beat me, I see.
Yes.
You know, sticks are a cheap and effective means for beating Bob.
Yeah? Tell me more about this stick.
Should I get a stick?
Okay, I was like, how does the response to that go? I was like, no, I've got something way better than that. Okay, nah, let's just try
Anyway.
to remember. Hey, what's up, Bob?
Hey,
Hey.
what is up? You got more site news?
Apparently it was miscellaneous. But yeah, so our channel is primarily going to be reviews, top 8s, and what indie hell and the rant is go, with the last 2 things being the primary of our
We're
output.
also going to sell some bridges.
Yep.
We're definitely making reviews. I mean, we got that shield thing. We have to make them now.
Yeah.
Do we
You know,
review
they
shields now?
haven't seen the
Did no one
shield.
tell me that we review shields?
We might be.
Because I have some 15th century heaters that I can bring by.
So this is our Acoustic shield. Turn it around.
Lift it up.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, now drop it down. Flip it.
And reverse it. And there we go. So that thing helps us get really clean audio, except for in a group setting like this, where
it'd be like this.
and then I can just talk into this, and this is a simulation. And hey, how are you guys doing?
Only a test.
This is only a test of the Dan voice system.
Had this been actually quality audio.
Then it probably would have been paid for. We stole that. No.
Here, I'll come at you with 3D. Gross second mouth talks into other side of the microphone. So, what?
Okay.
Steven
so-
Cronenberg's cousin Mitch.
But yeah, the primary of our output is going to be what indie hell's in the rant as goes, and then after that, I'm gonna say, here's the script for the top 8, Bob, and then it'll sit It'll take a while. Let's put it that way. There are actually games to review coming out, and I've been playing with an idea. Guys, I have several scripts for reviews that were fully written. I could easily just make them. I just don't. But there's some novelty in now making my launch day review of Destiny. Of just being like the retrospective review. So
The shit show.
Never forget.
the burning ship that was.
As we move on into new patches.
It's great greener patches.
I think Destiny,
No?
if this all works out, might be the only MMO where people go, no, I played the original game. It wasn't as good as
I
this.
know. I was just thinking of Worldcraft.
No one is
Warcraft.
pining for vanilla Destiny.
Just put up a couple vanilla Destiny servers, please.
I'm wrong. You are for Shoot Cave.
The Fallen King is nothing compared to. By the way, the Fallen King will be the one after the Taken King.
Oh, okay. I see.
Just so we're clear, because I expect the worst naming schemes ever based on the current expansion. So, the Fallen King is nothing compared to the glory that was Vanilla Destiny. Vanilla Destiny knew what to do with a player. It would stick their dick in a meat grinder and just turn it on. It knew that's what I needed.
What I deserved hurt me.
It's so dirty.
I experienced pleasure and pain until I couldn't tell the difference. Bungie had such things to show me.
So, Destiny was a masochistic dream world?
It was weird that I had to turn on Destiny by solving this puzzle.
That stream they did an hour-long stream talking about all the changes in the upcoming patch for the Taken King, was so cathartic. It felt so good, you guys. They were just like saying every word. Like, I think they just hacked into my account, read my review, and just spit it out. Like, it was so perfectly how I felt.
Tell me what you want. Tell me what I want to
If
hear,
people were
Bungie.
doing that, we'd have had another monkey ball by now.
They're just like filleting me with every word of like, having your character progression based on an RNG doesn't feel good. And I'm like, oh, yes. Oh, go on.
Bring back the sound shield. Oh yes.
Get some.
Dear Cole.
Yeah, no, it's...
What was that?
Shut up, Bob. You don't know my life.
I was...
Don't you judge me? Don't you judge my dick hole?
Wonder why aggro hasn't been on in a while. It's a fucking mystery.
Intraurethral intercourse is a perfectly valid form of expression.
Can I switch?
There are dozens of us.
Can I switch with you?
Dozens. And our crossover with the Rescue Ranger fan base is alarmingly high.
Wow!
There are things.
12 minutes! We've been recording for 12 minutes!
No, even better.
You're already talking about Rescue Ranger intraurethral...
Hard cut again. But after he said,
You know why sometimes I look sad, Dan? It's because I know things about the Rescue Ranger fan base I don't want to know. I know things about the Rescue... I shouldn't have to have that.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like there's like to the mountains of madness, and at the end.
Like you climb up and like you're looking at the wall carvings and like, oh, they're aliens and they built this city and there's a 50-year-old guy that draws pornographic pictures of himself in Gadget, but still actual size. Christ.
Where's Dagon? Give me that guy.
Say hey, Bob.
Hey,
Destiny.
Destiny.
I'm probably getting back into Destiny when they do that update.
Which
Not before?
could you have
No.
ever imagined you saying that phrase before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But would you imagine in a year?
No. See, that's the breakdown right there. I traded in my Destiny, my copy of Destiny.
Traded in my
traded
Destiny.
I'm an anime character. I traded in my Destiny for power. I need more power!
Which turned out was my real destiny.
It's very recursive. But in any case, I traded in Destiny for only, what was it, $47?
It was just enough to buy
With tax.
with tax. Well,
So-
there's no tax on it.
Okay, so it was 40?
So it was 40 even.
But because that game would have cost 47, or how much
No,
is
it's
a
only 40
$40
for,
game with tax?
Well, there's no tax on it.
Right, but we're doing a cost
40
analysis
$43.
breakdown. Okay, so I technically traded in Destiny for $43, which made the whole net loss of like 21, maybe, of owning Destiny for a month, which was okay. I was like, this is better than... Because I was thinking about it back then, and that was one of the only solutions they were left with for the fan base, because you can't do a la carte DLC and then a huge update and then just... Okay, this level-wise can happen at the same time as the normal DLC. Because then it's like, well, that's strange because I'm going to be over-leveled when I get to some part of this game, like really hardcore. So I was like, they're going to do a Game of the Year edition in a couple of years here, and then maybe they'll like change all the things and it'll feel much better. And then they did it in 1 year. And I'm like, were you guys at GDC going, you're all playing it wrong?
Yes.
How did you do this?
They were the ones that were like, no, Shoekeep didn't work.
No, look at my inventory. Yes, it did.
I know! They had a whole panel at GDC where they go, it didn't work. It didn't work.
Everything else was just as good as it.
Isn't this also the same people who, in regards to the other expansions, like, you all buy it. You'll buy it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of yelling going on at Bungie.
Yeah. So the changes they're making sound really, really good, so I'm super interested. Bob, what are you thinking about Destiny: The Taken King?
I will probably get into it again if you guys get back into it.
I bought a PS4 for Destiny initially. I still own it.
Okay, sorry, because the PS4 was the subject of the last...
I still own Destiny. Also my PS4.
Well, if you don't...
Just the mental image of boots up Destiny 2 weeks later. Fuck this! Out the window.
See you next generation, Sony.
Into space, like fucking getting Superman.
Catches fire on exit orbit.
Comes back in.
But yeah, this year's Destiny PS4 looks way cooler than last year's.
Yeah, it's the Richard Donner cut.
It is. What's up with that?
I liked it.
know.
I liked Destiny. I didn't get as deep as you did, which is probably why I still liked it.
Yeah, I was still excited for Destiny. I wasn't gonna be the last guy playing Destiny by myself.
No, that's Brett.
Yeah.
And
Nick is still there.
The weird thing is, we know a guy locally, he's really into Pokemon, he's an Xbox gamer, so we don't play a lot of... Yeah, these are two things about him, weird. In any case, we don't play a lot of games with him because he's on Xbox, but I posted that I was probably getting back into Destiny with The Taken King, and he's like, I don't know, man, I feel so screwed. And I'm like... With The Taken King, if you felt screwed, wouldn't it make sense to feel screwed at the $40 of DLC that were incredibly unsatisfying? Like, somehow The Taken King to him was the real fuck-up. Now, keep in mind, he owns everything so far.
Right, and it is definitely the worst deal for people who bought all of that because they're selling...
Yes,
Yeah.
But it's still a better deal than what they've gotten up until now.
Yeah. But
that's the part where I'm stupefied of like, yeah, you have to, what is it, 40?
40.
For people who own Destiny and the 2 DLCs, it's 40. If you want to rebuy the original game, the 2 DLCs, and the Taken King altogether, it's 60 again. Which is, in my opinion, a really brilliant strategy to get everyone on board with the same package every year. And keep rolling out to retailers every year.
Yeah, I have to wonder if they will have a hard stop after this and do a Destiny 2, or if it's going to be this...
I think they're just going to keep doing this until...
Which is sad, because, like, I want that game at 60.
60 frames per second would be nice.
Oh,
maybe.
yeah, it's still shackled by PS3. Xbox
yeah,
360.
it's still a game that was really designed to be cross-generational, so it would be really cool to see them design a Destiny from the ground up for that, but... I don't know, like, I never would have guessed they could have remade changed so much about it, and redubbed all of the fucking ghost lines... In 1 year? Like, no one would entertain that. They would be deemed a fucking idiot.
Is this your first time hearing about the redubbing?
No, I've heard about it.
So now
it
me and
doesn't get
Aggro
better.
are going to have the only moment we've ever agreed 100% on Destiny. Fuck the internet's reaction to the ghost.
Yeah.
Fuck everyone who's like, he's not acting. That whole thing, and then Bungie's reaction to be like, well, we took out the line about the wizards on the moon.
Which was when I stopped caring about Destiny fans. They're like, I don't like the RNG. You didn't like a moon wizard, so you can go fuck yourself. That wizard was from the moon.
I know! Still wizards from the moon! There's still wizards on the moon! What's wrong with the sentence? Leave it in!
Yeah, I don't know.
There's wizards on that orbiting celestial satellite.
That's no moon.
I'm still holding out for space combat. I need that. Those ships can't just be cosmetic. I need them to do things.
Watch them.
God damn it.
Weird thing is ghost shells, as they're called now, can have light in them. So they can feed back into the light level thing and how that's being
Yeah, isn't light just a
Scaled.
gear score now?
kind of, yeah. I
So,
hear
yeah,
it
if it's part
still
of your gear,
somehow
it does
plays
stuff.
in slightly, but it's much more granular. Like instead of there being like a total of 14 levels across the core game and the 2 DLCs, there's now 40 levels of normal level and then hundreds of light levels, which will put in slightly into the damage for each level instead of the massive difference. They said the difference between level 29 and 30 in damage values was 30 whole fucking percent.
Not
To
just
get-
damage, health too.
So your ability, just so we're clear, in vanilla Destiny to get to level 30 is you rerunning the raid every goddamn week to hopefully randomly get several pieces of gear replaced with legendary drops.
Which will frequently give you the same exact one.
Yeah,
Which
Which is-
apparently
which was
Sounds
my
like an
experience.
MMO, yeah.
it's vicious.
Calms. Cal's like,
But can you trade in a
Visit the
normal
woods.
MMO?
what?
Can you trade in a normal MMO?
yes.
Right, so then...
It's still, no, I'm not, I'm just
Well,
saying
depending
these,
on the item. Some
Yeah.
things are bind on pickup.
yeah,
Oh, yeah?
yeah.
Some things are bind on equip, some things are bind on account. Although Blizzard did put in, I don't know when, a thing where it's like you can pick it up and you have like an hour and a half to
Yeah.
trade with someone who was also there.
I was gonna say, isn't there the system they have for actually vetting, like, who needs these things?
Yeah,
Raid.
read rolls and
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And
that we do DKP.
yeah.
But that was there's never been like a
Or they can
DKP
have just
system.
some guy decides, yeah, which I guess is DK.
Those are the fun guilds. Like I'm gonna give these boots to the hunter.
What was that
See,
Penny
Steve
Arcade?
did that, and it worked.
What was that Penny Arcade comic? Oh, we gave the bow to the rogue. I'm a hunter. Pew pew.
Pew pew. It shoots witches. But yeah, so I'm really interested in that. I didn't expect that to happen a year later. I never would have fathomed that. The huge amount of retooling the core tenets of the game that they had to do for this. I'm just wondering if, like, numbers are going to be fucking wrong at launch. Like, oh, I'm level 29 and I'm only halfway through the vanilla game. I'm ridiculously powerful god. Oops.
I
I heard there's a sweet
really
sword
want-
weapon.
Yeah, there is a new sword weapon, I heard.
I may return for that. Space swords.
Sword of Crouton.
Yeah.
I hope that there's more new areas, because it sounds like there might not be.
I feel like me sitting out on the DLC will help that feel newer.
that'll mitigate that.
Newer.
Get more strikes at least, even if it's old areas. Maybe it'll be interesting in some way.
Yeah. Because, I mean, as I said before, my major problem was that the core level progression just hits a fucking brick wall at 25, 26, and it's like,
Then you need raid gear.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it.
Which is where a lot of MMOs stop for me. Where it's like, do the treadmill. No. Thank
Also,
you.
you can actually get stuff from competitive now. It sounds like that can
Yeah.
guarantee you like epic drops.
I heard that just
They
rep
fixed the
gains
thing
can
where,
just
like-
go to PvP stuff too. Or am I wrong in that?
Wait, what?
I heard that rep gains can go to PvP even if they're not like it's all like one pool now instead of specific. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't
That's
think.
what I
I
heard.
don't think you don't. I don't think you need to wear your banner or whatever it is.
Yeah, I know they
constantly
changed the way
anymore.
rep works.
Okay.
But
So that's
I was
good.
going to say, did they fix that system where the person who did the best in a PvP match doesn't get anything?
I don't know. It sounds like you will get things from PvP matches now, so maybe.
Yeah, and the drop rate for the whole game was cranked up a lot months ago.
Right.
And isn't it if you're absolutely incredible in PvP, you get to go to Mercury and just bask in the glory of the gods?
No, that sounds like crazy fan theory.
No,
What?
no, that
No,
no,
there
that's
was
the thing.
this thing where like only people who were super awesome got to go there. And I was like, yes, elitism.
Yeah, it's like a shiny golden god palace if you like perfect PvP or something.
I wonder if the Taken King's going to rebalance the shotgun spread thing. Because my
I
shotgun,
heard that-
up until I stopped playing, was still ridiculously overpowered.
I hear they're reworking a lot of stuff, but it sounds more like weakening.
Yeah.
Like the last patch I actually read was they took the nerf back to assault rifles. They're like, they're not supposed to fire that fast and be that accurate. Like, but that's son of a bitch. Fuck you, Bungie,
Yeah.
and your boner for your 3-shot horse shit.
Yeah,
also,
they
we
are.
nerf paladins. Just thought we'd throw that out there.
Hunters are now immune to damage.
So, do you
You think that was an April Fool's Day? You'd be wrong.
say, hey, Bob?
Hey,
Hey, what you been playing?
I was for
Pull
quite
down
a few
that
weeks
deep well.
there, competing in that Devil May Cry 4 tournament.
walk over here.
Yeah, what was that?
Does anyone else want water?
No, I'm good.
I'm sad.
Because I kept seeing the videos pop up.
That is on Capcom Unity. They were running a tournament for who can do the most stylish combo video, and they'd say, "Okay, you have to do it in this area, and you have 60 seconds
With this
in,
character,
in this character, in this difficulty mode." So yeah, then you just try and make a clip there and send it in.
Didn't the first, all of them, it's community based, or is it picked by the moderators?
All of them, the moderators pick the top, or what they think are like the top 5, and then the community votes on them.
Gotcha.
And you failed.
Yes.
Okay.
I love Bob's rephrasing mid-sentence of
The moderators pick what they think are the top 5.
They think.
Yeah, I never got to the community vote.
They're
I don't know.
limited comprehension of the intricacies of Devil May Cry.
Well, he does like DMC, so.
So therefore, he's an in below human, subhuman.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
It's like if some guy was like, I'm a Metroid fan. I love Blitzball. Or
I love
the thing?
Metroid pinball.
What's the name of that thing coming out on the 3DS?
oh man, it's Blitzball. It's
Federation.
Waka
Federation
Waka!
Blitzball. Oh my god, I was gonna say something with that.
With not Blitzball.
not Blitzball.
Too late now.
Oh well.
No more
So
words.
that was interesting. It was right. I found out halfway through sending in videos that apparently Florida is one of the 2 states that aren't allowed to participate. So I was
legally. So what was your plan, Bob? Just say it because you're already. It doesn't matter.
I was just gonna say I was in North Carolina with my parents. And
Bob legally lives in the state of North Carolina.
Do you?
no,
Okay.
No, I
would have
don't.
for
I was
this.
like, how did you get into college down here?
but yeah,
Why not?
I have no
What is-
idea because it was like makes sense. It wouldn't be for any other countries because it's Capcom Unity,
Sure,
which
yeah.
is America.
But
Which
Florida
is America.
I mean,
Yeah.
Florida.
you are right to exclude us.
Florida has some laws
Yeah.
for some reasons.
That are indecipherable.
That we often forget. They lost in the mists of time.
Historians will be debating the meaning of the law.
Like, I think we're still technically at war with Missouri.
I don't disbelieve you.
I'm kidding. Absolutely kidding. Yeah.
I couldn't tell.
But like that was technically from back when we were still owned by Spain. So
That's true.
But yeah, I really like Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. It's cool. And there's lots of like little teases of hey, maybe there's another one whenever you get to the windscreens and there's like, see you next Devil May Cry? Question mark.
See you next, not homeless.
I'm gonna go help Iga make Castlevania. I mean, whatever the fuck is calling it.
And then also Onei Chambara, which we did a quick play of.
We
And
did do a
it's-
quick play of Onei Chambara Z2 Chaos.
Z2 Chaos, yeah. Which is that game is way better than you might think.
Yeah.
It's actually a lot of
I was
fun.
watching that video, utterly confused.
Yeah, me too. And I was in it. It's like,
If only there was face cam the entire time. We just what?
you know, this is a good point to ask this question. Is anyone out there put off by One in Hell now having face cams? Let us know. And if so, if you were somehow put off by that, explain how our reactions are not what you're watching that video for. I'm just curious. I would like a green screen, because we take up too much screen space with not us.
You basically just solicited the audience for tell me how wrong you are. Tell me that you're wrong and tell me exactly how wrong you are.
You've
No,
done videos with Dan before, right?
I mean, I'm just tongue-in-cheek going, go ahead, insert your foot into your mouth. Tell me how I am making my art incorrectly.
All
If
right.
that's the discussion you want.
You are
Yes!
The other thing I've been playing
The internet's
recently.
all about that. By
What's
the
the
way.
other thing you've been playing?
Mega Man Zero. That game, I don't think is.
Do you also have whips and chains while you play it? Just hurt me more, Zero.
I don't know who designed it and who is okay with its design.
Inti creates.
I know that much. I swear they've made a good Mega
The
Man
crack
game,
team
right?
behind Galgun?
Yeah. They usually make such classics. I don't...
In my number 9,
Rape
in
jokes in that
Bloodstained.
video.
What?
So we make a lot of rape jokes in that video.
Which one?
Galgun.
Have you seen Galgun?
You know, Galgun 2 is
About
looking for an American publisher.
I
Just
think...
throw that out there. If you're looking to
Eric,
provide.
I'm going to kidnap you for ransom. I mean, for capital.
So...
Is this awesome? Yes, no.
So... Okay. How do I even... So Bob, sort of in a direction there, just sort of like, all of these bad games and Bloodstained? So, should we be worried about Bloodstained? What do you think, Bob?
I don't know. I want to believe Ika's got this.
Yeah,
And that he won't let them do anything
I
dumb.
want to believe they are just the workhorse and they have to be driven the
And
correct
I mean, a
way.
lot of times their gameplay feels solid. Like,
Yeah.
Zero controls fine.
It's
ZX
just
controls
like,
fine.
It doesn't level correctly. The difficulty is just
Right.
fucking rampantly bad.
Yeah.
I mean, Ika does have a whip. It's like, I think the level should be like this.
Yeah.
What? What is that? It's a
Like,
whip. Why do you have that?
I want to contrast this
thing.
real quick.
Do you know who I am?
You watch the video for Bloodstained during the Kickstarter where they're showing off Miriam and her walking animation and stuff, and Iga's like, this isn't done right. It feels good because of this reason. We shouldn't do that. And then Inti will ask a question and he'll be like, no, we should definitely not do that. And then they ask another one, he's like, that's okay. You contrast that to Red Ash, where KG's sitting there and he's like, this is up to the standards of modern movement in video games.
It's great.
It's great. Maybe don't have him backpedal like that, but you know, the rest of this is fucking gold.
But yeah,
Ika's been working on cell phone games. He doesn't have time for this shit.
a lot of the Mega Man problems are there is literally one-hit kills. Like spikes just kill you.
Oh, Mega Man Zero problems.
Yeah, Mega
sorry.
Man Zero.
You just said the Mega Man problems,
yeah,
and I'm like,
sorry. Because those work in like regular Mega Man games where you have a regular amount of lives. With Mega Man Zero, you don't have.
yeah,
You don't have that.
it
And
is
Ika
super
seems to
punishing.
hate one-hit kills.
And isn't it?
That's
if
good.
If
Yeah.
you die, you like lose a rank or something too.
You lose the ability to do the mission you just failed.
Yeah, which can get really fucking ridiculous because
I
so many of the
forgot
missions.
that.
And you don't get extra lives after dying either. Like,
Yeah,
if
you don't
lose
get
all
your lives
lives-
back ever.
And I don't.
So
I can't find a way
eventually-
to get more lives.
Does that game
Also,
actually?
the cyber elves, you can use them up. Like you kill them when you use them. Why am I saving these things? I just murdered them like
Yeah.
minutes later.
I mean, the great thing is I remember years ago when we were in high school and we were playing that on an emulator, you're like, this game's really cool. And I played it and I'm like, this is a piece of shit. As soon as I got to the first desert level where it just fucking raped me, and then I realized the whole, you don't get lives, like, ever. If you succeed, you just have one life.
I have
for
to
the rest
play
of the
Zero
game.
too, see if it still has that issue. Because I feel like they figured that much out by ZX.
Are you playing on a Game Boy or the collection?
The collection. The collection has an easy mode, which I haven't tried.
It basically gives you all the elves, so all the upgrades, all the abilities from the get-go.
What?
Yeah.
That's not how you make an easy mode for that game. How you make an easy mode for that game is give me 3 lives.
It might do that too. I don't know. It's been a while since I've done it. Okay. So.
You know what I've been thinking about this whole time? How Athena's name is Magic and Mystery. That fucking Psycho Soldier quick play is still so good just because it has that song. The rest of it, just turn it off after the song stops playing. But yeah, about the rape jokes. Re-uploading videos from 4 years ago just makes me go, I figured out how to actually be funny at some point during GigaBoots.
Please, up to yesterday's video, please.
Just scrolling furiously. Oh God, no!
I've got
Context.
4 fucking monitors, like video feeds everywhere.
become Bubastis.
Yeah.
What else have you been playing? Before we delve into that deep bit of personal horror.
Huh.
Hey, Agro.
Oh no, we're in it. We're down the well.
What have you been playing?
Don't tell anyone. But I am playing World of Warcraft right now.
Yeah.
I saw you on there.
Look, here's the thing. Turalian's coming back in the new expansion. And he's my real dad. That is all I have to say on the matter. Although I am playing Horde, which is going to make that complicated.
And now I consider the matter closed.
Is he a night elf? Or what? What is he?
Run. Just start running.
Or is he the fire monster thingy?
Hey, Eric, what you been
Hey,
playing?
I've been playing.
What you been playing?
The thing that jumps out at me is I brought a Ys game. Ys 7.
Ys 7.
Ys 7.
I thought, wait. Okay, well, the one on the Celceta Sea of Trees is a remake of 4. Right? It's a reimagining
Is
of
it?
4.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So much of Ys is Ys again.
Yeah,
and it's beautiful.
I platinumed.
I feel like I should go to Nihon Falcom and just being like, we are blood brothers, you and I. You just keep remaking things because they were never good enough.
But yeah, I platinumed Celceta, so I'm very familiar with that game.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of Celceta. Like,
I'm about
damn.
to blow your goddamn mind. Every Ys game is the same Ys game. The numbers are lies.
Yeah.
It's
But
so
Is there
good.
an elf with blue hair? And
This does explain why every now and then I ask someone, like, I kind of want to play an Ys game, but which one should I start with? They just look at me like, what do you mean?
What? But no, the game starts, I think I told you. The game starts, you do go to prison, like, immediately, like, in every single one. The first extra town you go to is a forest town. Again, like, anyway.
It's a JRPG.
Yeah, no, like, here's the thing. Ys is almost a meta JRPG, like, and it always has been. If we've taken the larger the larger community of RPGs and just distilled all the commonalities and made a game, and then threw out that stupid, garbage, boring battle bullshit.
But no, the first line...
I'm Hero Man! Hero Man, save us! Okay, sword fight in forest. Go to cave.
However, this game
Time
is
to go to the
actually
Inciting Incident Festival.
better than Memories of Celceta because Dogi's in it.
Yeah.
From minute 1.
Uh-huh.
And the first thing he says on your adventure boat is that land looks full of adventure, monsters, and walls.
Fucking Ys 1 doesn't have Dogi until basically the end, but it's still just that moment solidified that every Ys game needs Dogi.
Yeah.
Because you're just in a fucking prison and you don't know anyone in this goddamn game. There's no, like, inter-character relationships. You're just Hero Man. You're just like, well, this fucking sucks. And the brick wall goes down and he's like, wait, I didn't mean to come in here. Who are you? Let's leave.
Do you not know the plot to Memories of Celceta where God calls you to his secret god tree and says, you're a cool dude? And that's all he brought him there to do?
Fucking, okay, so there's an Ys game called Ys Origin.
Praise be.
There's
Yeah, you
an
don't
Ys
play
game
as-
called Ys Origin, and basically the story is before the fucking awesome Adol Christen, there were these assholes.
none of which were as cool.
No,
So you
yeah.
have to have two of them.
They almost spend the whole game being like, oh man, we're just not as cool.
He hasn't been born yet, but I just know he's coming.
And he's way better than me.
Okay, I'm gonna make an Ys joke, and I don't know if anybody's gonna get it because the crossover just flashed in my head. Ys otherwise. Okay, that's what I thought. Good job, gentlemen. You've dodged a bullet.
I do like something about Ys though. They do make different games, technically.
Ys
But
tennis.
There is this, yes.
They're separate executables.
They have this like stuff's
Legally,
happening.
they're distinct products.
Politics and wars are happening like in the background, and you travel like alternate history, like Europe and to Africa is where you are in this game. But like you get there and you like they confiscate your weapons. It's like these are shitty. You must be from Europe. Like Okay.
Yeah, there are periods in time where
Admittedly, their weapons call upon dragon energy, and you can unleash limit breaks.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
the rest of his sentence. There are points in time.
the African kingdoms call upon dragons for limit breaks. That's why when the English got there, they're like, clearly a white person was in charge.
They were like, China again? God damn!
But no, I'm really enjoying that game. It's easy. It's still a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's
That is the one on the PSP, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
And you can play that on the
played
Vita.
Yeah, I have that one. I've
I'm
gone
really close
I think
to
halfway
playing
through
an
or
Ease
so.
game.
What's up?
I said I keep getting really close to playing an Ease game.
Yeah.
But every time I'm like, I'm gonna start playing another JRPG, I'm like, I don't know, man. That didn't work out well. Like the last 4 times.
They're not like real JRPGs, though. You can beat them in 10 hours or something.
because I think the last one I tried that on was shit. Was it like Phantasy Star 1? The one on the Genesis?
my God.
Right? I was like, maybe I shouldn't play new JRPGs anymore.
Maybe old ones are still fine.
It's like, I thought this first-person battle mode thing was a joke people made.
If it goes on sale, Memories of Celceta on the Vita is real good.
And if it doesn't go on sale, is it not really good?
It's still good. It's just like
Yes.
not like
I mean,
$30.
I buy bad games on sale. I don't know about good games.
Yeah, go ahead. You can buy it.
I
I bought it.
I'm still not decided about the order,
Yeah.
whether it's good or bad.
Yeah, you
Really?
You streamed it a couple times.
I did. That game has a lot of Resistance 2 in it. Except, unlike
wait.
Resistance 2,
How can you have those sentences?
no, see, but unlike
No, if
Resistance
it's bad,
2,
it's mostly
it's like
Resistance 2.
really pretty, and the set pieces work.
Are you me? What the fuck is this shit? The game might be good because it's pretty.
I mean, the
You're
game,
like me and Killzone 2 over there. What
I should rephrase this. The game's not really good, but it's not that bad.
So what you're saying is
Look,
you have
man.
to play this. It's all right.
Any game that I can stream and
I will never let you forget that sentence.
any game that I can stream while making fun of English royalty for mostly being Germans. I don't know why they keep wearing chainmail epaulets. I don't. They keep doing it. They're like, we're knights and I'm wearing this gorget. Except it's like way the fuck down here. It doesn't protect my neck or my heart. I'm good at armor.
Don't worry, I'm
How
immortal.
far into that are you?
A few hours? Far enough
What
to
just
where...
happened?
The guy took all of his armor off to follow some chick he met in a bar into
my
a place.
God.
Isn't that just the downhill slide of the worst part of the game? Like the rest of it
It
is
feels like
a
it.
gray morass
That's
of
kind of
terrible.
why I haven't
Yeah.
played anymore.
Yeah.
Because
Did you
I'm like,
notice-
I feel like the set pieces are over and it's about to try to have a plot.
Did you notice
Well,
the
watch-
splendid bargain? All the advertisements for the whorehouses. A splendid
Oh,
bargain.
yes.
But yeah,
Because they're like, you have to leave your weapons here, like, puts down gun. What about the 4-foot knife on your back? That's cool?
Yeah.
No, okay.
the whores are really they know they're fine with blades. It's okay.
They're into blade play. They're into Beyblade.
They're into Beyblades?
Yeah, they're into Beyblades.
That game is like, it's really, really English. And like, yeah, but I mean, like, no, it's like really English. Like at one point, I'm walking down a hallway and I hear a tea kettle start whistling. And I think Morkana can attest to this. I'm like, God damn it, game! You're English. I get it.
We're in England now. All right.
It does do that thing Resistance 2 does, where it's like, welcome to this section. Here is the weapon you will use for it, and here is how you should do it. You know, sort of Lords of Shadow-esque, but really a lot harder in the Resistance 2 vein.
At least there are no enemies in the order that are invisible and kill you in one hit.
That I have seen. They do do a really cool stealth section.
Bob just...
There aren't invisible enemies, or at least there shouldn't be, in the second stealth section, which is no longer cool.
Damn it, because the first one was. 'Cause, like,
Yeah.
you
The
have
first
no
one was
mini-map.
okay. Like,
And like you have to like listen for them if you've got good headphones, or like watch the lantern light around corners.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, why is the
As I
stealth
said,
kill a quick
you
time
are-
event?
You
Why
are,
the fuck?
You have just passed the threshold at which that game was an okay game.
Maybe I should pull a Lost and just stop.
Yeah!
I'm like halfway through season 2 of Lost. I'm like, I can feel it teetering.
Like,
Bail.
here's the thing. Don't be that guy. Don't actively defend the game and then be like, well, I didn't.
Yeah, no. So like, I have to finish it. I have to. I have to find out what those knives are, because they look like Kyber knives, but they're like way too curved.
I don't think the ending's gonna be like, ha 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 ha, and now I've got you, but before I end your life, let me describe.
Here are the armaments we use. Because it's like a 3-foot blade, and he's like prying shit open with it, and I'm like, no!
It's like, was that Brock Samson quote? These fucking sword guys always like to talk about their swords.
Knowing anything about steel ruins everything ever.
Yeah.
Forever. Also, knowing anything about Nikola Tesla will ruin anything about Nikola Tesla.
Yeah.
Because he shows up like, I'm Nikola Tesla, here's your lightning gun. I'm like, have a nice day, pigeon fucker.
So he plays Hatful Boyfriend unironically.
What are you talking about? That's his autobiography. Autoerotic biography.
I think it was that same sale, maybe, but I don't know. Like I blind bought Alien Isolation based off the faces people made when they talked about it.
Okay.
And yeah, that game is like legitimately like unnerving sometimes. But I also bought Shadow of Mordor. Because people kept telling me it was good, but I saw the trailers and I didn't believe them. Because it's a fucking Lord of the Rings action game.
Right.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's goddamn Assassin's Creed if it was a sandbox
No, I thought they
game
couldn't
properly.
say it was Legend of
Yeah,
Lord of the
it's
Rings.
Middle Earth.
It's Middle Earth, Shadows of Mordor. They can't say Lord of the Rings. You can't. You cannot.
Nice.
They don't own the rights to the Lord of the Rings
so
games.
weird,
Cool.
because it's like, they can have a Golem, they can have all the actual characters
Because
from the
those
universe.
are characters
No,
from
no,
the universe.
Like imagine if you used Assassin's Creed mechanics to make an Infamous game.
I mean, that game is just Batman.
Yes.
Yeah.
I started playing and I'm like, is this Batman combat? I hear Batman combat's like this.
yeah.
They don't seem to talk that much about the bat, though, so they're really good at...
And no vehicle pulls up to shoot the enemies to death.
None of the orcs are like, man, I hope the bat.
No, but they do the same thing. The orcs are like, if I see the Grey Walker,
I'm gonna stick my dick in his tits. And then it's like...
But that shit backfires. Like, there's a mechanic where you can ride the beast, but you gotta, like, put a couple points into levels.
Let me tell you about my mechanic where you
Whatever
can
the
ride
fuck
beast.
that cat monster is. Cat pig monster
Cat
thing.
bus, yeah.
But they're like, you can ride one. But I'm going through a camp, and like the Uruks are talking to each other. And they're like, I'm gonna try to ride me a Khadgar? I'm gonna ride a Khadgar. The Grey Walker can do it. I can do it. And I'm like on a ledge with my broken sword that he's somehow using perfectly as a balanced knife. Because I'm
It's just too cool not to.
I haven't done that. I can't do. This one sees the future. He has to be first.
That sounds a lot like that.
The chain is broken!
The Metroid Prime data entry where space pirates try to reverse engineer the morph ball. Oh my god! And all it does is result in broken everything.
Oh my god, that whole
horrifying.
system in that game. Because I heard the PR videos about it where it's like, like the Uruks become
Yeah,
captains.
what's the name of that?
and
Nemesis
Yes,
system.
the Nemesis.
The Nemesis system.
The Uruks get promoted, like they get stronger, and every time they kill you, they level up. And we want players to craft their own stories. I'm like, yeah, this is bullshit PR nonsense. I'm like, yeah, craft your own stories with this shitty system we made. 30 minutes into that game, I'm like, Notros!
Yeah, it works out really well there.
He's got a crossbow and he rapid fires and his arrows all blow up and I can't range them and I can't stealth them. And he kept showing up to fights I was having with other captains. So
Yeah.
like,
Okay, so check this
And
out.
I hate him and I love him.
It is that game's story that you craft becomes a lot like the Terminator timeline now.
Didn't I kill you
Which
6
one
times?
are you? The old one?
like when I get really vindictive about a video game, I scare my roommate Rochelle. Mm-hmm. Like that time when I was playing Uncharted 1 and I shoot a guy in the head and I go, yeah, I hope you had a family.
Yeah.
But like about the third time he jumped into someone else's fight and killed me, I stopped whatever I was doing. I went to him, spent 30 minutes killing everyone else in this encampment so I could have him to myself. And I attack him and he's like, oh, people help me. And I'm like, no one's coming for you. Then I beat him up and I burned his face with fire magic and then I tracked him down again because he wasn't dead. And then I cut his fucking head off.
So you're liking it?
It is. It's a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with
'Cause
it
there's
for a
not
while,
really-
but then when you do the actual main story quest, you're like, why am I even doing this?
Yeah, see, I don't
those
care
are bad.
about him. The less story in this game, the better. Like, you're some random asshole in Mordor taking out as many Uruks as he can.
Right?
They killed your brother, son, or whatever the fuck happened.
Your sister mother.
I can't place it on the timeline. I can't. Because it's Tolkien. And everyone fucking lives forever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think the Wraith is Celebrimbor. I'm
what
not
they don't
sure.
tell you about Fellowship is that took place over 500 years.
Right? They're like, they have Bilbo's birthday party, and 40 years later, Frodo sets out with the ring. And I'm like, that's not in the movie.
What?
Yeah. There's a 40-year gap, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a long time.
Hobbits, this is
not
what
like
you don't
the
get in the
next
movies. Hobbits really don't just go on adventures. It takes some priming.
That was every day for 40 years going, today's the day. Nah,
Everybody's like,
tomorrow.
Frodo's a bitch. I'm like, Frodo had that shit for like 40 years.
That makes more sense.
I feel like that would make the movie better.
There are a lot of things that would have made that movie better.
I mean, yeah, that's just true.
And I have to admit that one of them probably isn't Tom Bombadil.
Probably isn't.
Don't tell anyone that I said that.
Because they'll
I have
just hold you to
reputations
it.
and organs that I would like to keep intact.
You heard it here, folks. You didn't hear it here.
Bro gets home, he shuts the door, and there's just some guy in the jar, and he's like, I heard what you said about Bombadil, give me your nutsack.
I'm like, who's there? And someone like throws a box set of History of Middle Earth on the ground at my feet. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Open to Tom Bombadil with your name carved in it.
Speaking of
I played Battle for Middle Earth too. Spare me.
speaking of nerdy things in fiction, hey, we've been watching Star Trek: The Next Generation again, which we have now worked our way through that entirely once in GigaBoots.
Which I love
Yes.
the
That
reasoning, how you landed on it.
Well, real quick, if you watch the Game Gear battery life test video, we're watching it in that, so that's a timestamp of when we did it the first time.
And then you were like, we need to play Dragon's Crown, but have something on in the background. How about Ultraman?
Yeah, and Ultraman's
No.
very kinetic and visual. Like, there's no, like, shit dialogue or, like, anything to make the gaudy... Okay.
There is some pretty bad dialogue. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, but there's not enough.
Okay.
It's really a matter of quantity.
And you're like, what's a show that's just talking? Star Trek!
Star Trek!
Anyone want to watch Dot Hack?
That's a show about people doing nothing. Sometimes talking, but mostly nothing. And ephemeral music in the background.
Like, it's really cerebral. No, it's just what happens in an MMO when everybody's done with the content. They hang out in town and talk.
Yeah.
Fucking
You just
RuneScape.
watched Baron's Chat, the anime.
Oh my god.
So,
Which, have you said people are petitioning to have some reference to Baron's Chat in the Moorcraft movie?
isn't that filmed now? I feel
Yeah,
like
I
it's
think
filmed
it's
and now
done
it's in
filmed.
post.
Well, it took like a day to film, and all of the rest of it is CG.
Yeah, actually.
I
Like,
hope
there are
not.
actors involved.
It's kind of, like, in general, it's kind of scary how short filming for Hollywood movies
Yeah.
is. It's like 50 days.
Yeah.
Is the average.
When
So you spend 3 months in pre-production. Fucking before that, the script took a year, and then the post-production's another 3 or 4 months.
The actual acting movie part is like a weird footnote.
Yeah. And you know how, like, you've confessed many times that you just showing up for quick plays and not doing anything else or buying any of the equipment makes you feel kind of like you're not as helpful as you could be?
Yeah.
You feel like that on that scale. You don't make millions of dollars.
I don't.
Now try to understand actors.
I'm the talent! Where's my trailer, Dan?
I read a quote today about actors, about how they are the least talented person on the whole production. Because there are like 11 and 12-year-olds who have won Oscars. And I want you to think about the industry you're in. And if there's an 11-year-old that's better than you at it, you're shit. And you're in a shit industry.
I'd like to retract my previous statement about how I'm the talent. I apologize for myself and my family, and I am deeply regretful.
Sorry, this is all reminding me of a thing. Caitlyn Jenner apparently was speeding and caused a car accident where a person died.
Mm-hmm.
Was an instrument. Her speeding was an instrumental part of that. And the statement she released about that person's death, she's just like, I'm cooperating with them as best I could. My heart really goes out to them, and it's just like, When you're at all instrumental in someone's death saying my heart goes out to them, that's just a weird space.
Maybe don't release a statement.
But then, what would the media say?
Well, like on the top of my list of things that aren't my business, so I don't care about them.
I mean, the phrase "blank has released a statement"
Sorry.
is rarely good.
What you said applied in the case where you are the person who was instrumental. I just don't care. It's not my problem.
Like, this person should make a public apology. You have a lot of problems in your life.
Maybe you should make a public...
If you want someone to
you.
make a public apology, you're a bad person. If you want someone to make a public apology, you're a bad person.
I keep trying to think of okay, counter argument. Ready for this, aggro? Anyone? Because even in the case of Hulk Hogan...
I'll do it. There are certain political positions, leaders, that kind of
Right.
thing, where a community's faith in their ability to lead is often hinges upon their perception of them as being honest or effective. So a public apology in that context is a practically useful thing.
Yes, correct. But in most contexts, even something as heinous as the Hulk Hogan thing, it's like... Do you know about that? I'm not going to go into it here. But
Shit, I don't know.
yeah. Anyway.
That's
I mean, we
Hulk
wanna-
Hogan's really terrible. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't...
I hear he's really mean in real life. Well, when he's in my real life, we'll go from there.
We'll work it out. No, he said some things.
But yeah, I was
Any
gonna
case,
say,
ignoring all
I
that,
guess we
who
kind of want
fucking
public apologies from Keiji Inafune and stuff when they just screw up.
No, I
Yeah.
want him to fucking stop. There's a public apology doesn't mean shit.
True.
If they were to apologize now for the Red Ash thing, the lying about Mighty Number 9 during Red Ash, saying it's fucking done, that won't fix anything, and he's a worse fucking person for doing it. So the last thing I fucking want from him is a public goddamn apology. But I am positive there are members of the fan base who are like, it'll be better if he says sorry.
I'll take public apologies from Sega and or Konami.
I won't.
Yeah?
I won't take their fucking phone calls. It's been...
They used to call me all the time.
It's been
Every day.
21 years since Sonic 3. There is no amount of sorry that makes up for that. It's just...
That's the thing about people saying they're sorry. Because it's like, okay, if it's an accident, don't worry about it. But if you did it on purpose and now you're regretful of it,
How are you
fuck
fixing
you.
it?
Why did you do it?
You need to include how you're fixing it in that apology for it to mean anything. And that is never included nowadays. It's always just, I'm sorry, guys, we don't know what we were doing. It's like, that's not good enough. You don't know what you were doing. Allow me to tell you, you fucked me. That's what you were doing. You were fucking me.
There are several emotions with which you can say the phrase, you fucked me. And anger is just the worst one. I mean, like,
No, wait.
terror, maybe.
Wait, you fucked me? Strong contender right there. Moderate surprise, dawning terror. Yeah.
I mean, from the other perspective, it might be worse if he's laughing. You fucked me.
Yes.
Now combine the two. You fucked me. Like they didn't even know. Like it was so.
The Hangover 4.
The whole movie is people coming to dawning realizations that everyone fucked everyone else.
It's like, I'm wearing 3 pairs of underwear. None of them are mine. 2 of them are for ladies.
This is a 10-minute scene at the beginning as you just see him come to this realization. Okay, I'm gonna make a line chart. I was here at this hour. It's a very calm, meticulous method at the front end of the movie.
Like, they
The
don't
rest
go
of the-
anywhere. They spend the whole movie on the phone in the hotel room piecing it together.
I figured it would be a lot of scenes on bus rides of him just looking thoughtful as he's riding to a place, and then he arrives, and then they have a conversation, and he moves on, and he keeps doing
No,
that.
it's got to happen in Japan so it can be on the train. So you get that ka-chak, 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 ka-chak in the background.
And power lines. We need both. I mean,
Couldn't it be in
Or
the
just
US so we could
power
be on the train? Sorry, couldn't make it through that.
Did you hear they might be getting serious about the Hyperloop? The Elon Musk thing that travels insanely fast? Or
could potentially travel insanely
No,
fast.
I haven't heard
If
of
they
it.
build it.
Okay.
No, they're building it in 2016, I think.
But they'll go like super like roller coaster tycoon with it, and we'll get somewhere near Winnipeg and just like arc up 45 degrees.
Man, that'd be great, wouldn't it? But do you know the?
Who gave control to Timmy? Who gave him control?
But do you know the principle under which it works? I can really quickly cover it if you don't.
Isn't it like lots of air?
Basically, kind of the opposite. It is basically vacuum.
Someone gets sits at the other end and
That's
pulls
why
a
they're
plunger.
so. That's why it's so like fast and effective. So it's a combination of the two of those of like very little air and then also a super light vehicle is traveling fast enough. Basically, the air pressure is keeping it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's wrong over there, Aggro?
I'm making a lot of Galaxy Express 999 jokes in my head.
Do you want to be on the internet having said that? Okay. Problem solved.
That's what I thought.
This
So
flag stands for freedom.
there is some pressure to bring back GigaBoots from a couple people online and Jay from Halcyon, I believe. I don't know. Maybe. Things are busy. Maybe we should put this guy in charge of it.
And if anyone knows me, I am all about anime.
That would be fascinating to make Eric in charge of the Weeaboos podcast.
It's like the next step after me being in charge
Right?
of GigaBoots.
Because he's like, he just Googles popular anime. He's like, I guess we're going to talk about Sword Art Online. Did you guys like that show?
And just Bob and Jay look at each other like, Bob's a Muppet. His expressions are.
He's eager
Because
to
they open, like, we're going to do this in a very classical debate style. Bob, you like it when 14-year-old girls are comatose and get raped. Defend it.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
That's what liking Sword Art Online is like.
You like it. Defend it. You love it.
Okay. So
So Weeaboots is...
have you been playing? I don't know.
you were
like that's the thing for me. A lot of the enjoyment of Weeaboots was that it was 2 animes an episode and it was weekly, and that's a lot of throughput to keep up with. So I'm now like, well, we could do 1 anime an episode and do it weekly. That's still a lot of throughput.
And then they're wrangling other people.
Yeah, which was hard.
Yeah, Jeff was always difficult to actually get a hold of.
Yeah.
Because Jeff tends to be like, hey, come on, Jeff. Nothing.
He's like, that sounds great. And I'm like, okay, we're here, Jeff. And then nothing.
okay.
That's kind of how that goes. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, the part where I was enthused about it hinges on how high end of a production it was. So, I don't know. Hey, Bob, what do you think about Weeaboots and things?
I don't know. It's kind of just... It seems like Jay from HailZeon.com. I'll just call him Jason. God, that'd be awful.
Who?
Yeah, who? It seems like he really wants to review Dragon Ball Super, and I don't really have a strong interest in watching it until like it gets dubbed and all that, because it's DBZ. I
Yeah.
don't know.
It sure is DBZ. Really is. Good job.
It's not that DBZ.
Yeah, okay.
It's more DB.
No, nothing is DB.
It's not even GT. That's how far we've fallen.
Is it AE?
It could be AF Legends.
Or AF? There we go. You don't want to know. Let's go with that. Let's
Titan AE?
No, you don't want to know.
I have fan theories.
No!
It's coming, man. 5 is coming. You saw Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan
So, hey.
because you
Have
went
you-
to the theater to see the DBZ movie.
Wait out me, you piece of shit.
You're wearing that shirt and I'm outing you.
Yeah.
Is it 2015?
He laughed at it.
Did I just do a bad
He laughed at it.
I feel shame. I
That's
feel
the
shame.
lowest point in this room. Not him making that joke.
That I laughed
But
at
he
it.
laughed-
I had the
yeah.
temerity to laugh at such a thing.
Yeah.
Shift. Move 5 feet. No
The
opportunity
joke's he's
attack.
gay. Uh-oh. I always love the meta, it's terrible to make this joke, making this joke, where you're just like, Daniel really likes to handle a lot of sausage, and I'm like, the joke's I'm gay. Isn't that funny? Isn't it funny that I might be gay in 2015? Oh, delightful. Guardians.
Oh yeah, Shax gives you questions.
Shax gives you quests in Destiny now. The best character in Destiny gives you quests. Yes! I need praise!
Oh yeah, Heroes of the Storm just had that update where Decker Kane now says much crazier things about the treasure goblin.
He's like, man, there sure are a lot of these treasure goblins. Like, all of his quotes are incredible. He's like, you've gotten really good at this. Like, almost concerned.
Like, I saw that fucking thing, and my mind immediately went, Blizzard didn't make Golden Axe, did they?
I know, right?
Apparently, they may have made Duck Hunt. That's an Easter egg now.
Yeah, the title screen can be Duck Hunt if you just click the trees. It's pretty funny. But yeah, Eric, have you played anything else?
I had played Heroes of the Storm a little bit.
Oh, we can talk about Heroes of the Storm. So I have a long-standing crisis that is really coming to a head. I don't know why I play people other than Sergeant Hammer. I'm really good at Sergeant Hammer. It is really fun for me. What am I doing?
I recently discovered I really like Asmodan, the Hoop God.
Yes.
Because he just has that melody where he goes, boom!
Like,
His
here's
fireball.
the thing. I played a game earlier today where people are sitting there getting murdered by the hoops from the enemy team and going, man, that guy's really good with them shots.
It's just like, no, what Deckard
They're not even angry.
No!
He's on fire! No, they're on fire. He got that dot skill.
But yeah, like,
L2P.
like, they're not even angry. They're just like, he's really good at that. Because he was predicting where Nova would run while she stealthed. He's just like,
Christ.
and from downtown.
Because there's even a
Nothing
skill
but
that
that.
makes it more powerful if you do it from downtown.
Yep.
Oh.
So I developed a joy for that, and it's real good.
Yeah, he feels really good. But yeah, the only people I'm super good at is like Sergeant Hammer and Joanna and maybe one or two others, and I'm kind of okay with other people. But I don't
Pretty
know.
good with Zeratul.
I need to buy that asshole because he's just a better Nova. It just is. Like, you can pop two different things, talents, and then just do some other thing, and you're like, health bar gone. And they're like, oh no! Hand jobs! Invisible hand jobs!
I had a weird few sessions where I was playing the female barbarian.
Yeah,
Because,
Joanna.
like, yeah,
Wait, Val.
Sonya.
Sonya.
Sonya? Okay, Sonya. Because no one else on my team were like, I couldn't use her. She was too complicated. And I'm like, okay, there's a button on the character that says spin. Did you hit that? Yes. Did you hit it more? No? Well, then you fucked it up.
She's a rage warrior.
You
Just
spin
deal with
to
it.
win, and you vampire health.
The interesting thing with Sonya
Is her blades?
is, yes, and how Sonya has blades. Sonya blades, one might say.
Or they might not, if one is trying to skirt copyright.
Can we talk about Lena Inverse being in Dota 2 up until they patched
Never
her out?
stop
early?
talking about Lena Enver. Wait, she was still in 2?
She was in 2
Yes.
until eventually they went, wait, that's a copyrighted character.
They called it the Dragon Slave.
Uh-huh.
It's like, how do you? This isn't legal.
But yeah,
She looked really ugly though. She didn't look like Lena.
no.
She just looked like some generic red mage.
Right. She
It
looked
was
in
a little
one.
sad.
Right.
I can readjust and get more centered. Hey. That's how I get centered. Moving chairs. How do you get centered?
I'll tell you when you're older.
So Bob, here's the storm.
Yeah.
We've been playing it. You
Yes.
bought cars in?
Not yet.
Why not?
Maybe because for a while there, for like a week straight, we really weren't playing much, and I was like, if we're just gonna do that again, and then he's like 5,000 gold cheaper when I start playing again, that's just better.
Yeah, that's true. That way you can save that insane amount of wealth you have.
Dude, the guy I saw during the video for the duck hunt part had 90,000 gold. I don't feel bad. My 30,000 gold is nothing.
Great. Good job. This guy hoards more than me. He's the real.
I mean, I know I want that StarCraft guy, and then who knows what they're going to announce, because they said that they're doing a really quick release schedule going forward.
which is crazy.
Right?
We're re-releasing Nova, but she's going to be from Ghost.
They need to.
We still have all the concept
Just so
art
we're
from Starcraft
clear.
Ghost.
Most people don't know this, and I need them to. I need more people to know. You know the people who are working on StarCraft Ghost?
What do you
The
mean?
people who made the Call of Duty for the Vita.
Oh,
The people who made PlayStation Heroes on the move. Wonder
Yeah.
why it never came out.
But I mean, she makes lots of references to Ghost.
Which is great.
yeah.
Most of the clickable quotes are incredible. Like, what was it? What's the name of it? Leoric. You click on it enough, he's like, I am Leoric, the Skeleton King. That is not the same as being the king of skeletons. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm like, yeah, that's way cooler because skeletons, fun fact, though scary, they break a lot more easily than, say, orcs because they don't have flesh holding things together. But, yeah, okay. Eric's gone, so I'm going to assume that was his last game he played.
I guess. Sounds safe.
Sure. Safe enough. What?
I keep thinking I need to play more Splatoon because they keep adding stuff.
I mean, you do.
I booted
You-
it up
you
and
own
just bought all the new guns the other day, and then I turned it off after playing one round.
You own a Wii U. Why are you not playing Splatoon? You know why I'm not playing Splatoon? I don't own a Wii U.
Yeah, it's...
I wonder... Okay, so I
Oh,
got...
right. I've been playing the Call of Duty beta. That's a new, relevant game.
We'll probably do a quick play of that, just because why not?
All right.
I think I saw a tweet from PlayStation where you could sign up for the beta for their firmware.
Yeah, I did that.
What's up with that?
That's something that places are doing now. Like, Xbox has been doing that forever. Like, there was the beta program that they have people in for quite a while. Like, people already playing those Xbox 360 games on their one. I think that even started on the 360. You got the preview of it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I don't know.
I just that was the first time I'd heard of it, so I'm like, is this one really bad? Is it breaking systems? Are you
You
trying
guys
to
really
fix
need
it?
to help us fix this one.
Please let this shit into your system so we can get data.
Yeah, I just want to...
Just put it in there. Oh, it's a terminal.
It's on fire.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to be adding, because I feel like they've got a pretty solid set of features. I mean,
I don't really.
They,
I don't think so. I think that it's still embarrassing when you contrast it with the PS3.
yeah, very sad.
But yeah, I don't know. Backwards compatibility?
That would be nice. I would really like... At
I would
least
like
PlayStation
some.
1 and 2.
I mean, I would just like one. Even that would
Yeah.
help me feel better.
Right?
I don't need it to magically be able to play PS3 games.
PSP plays PlayStation 1 games.
Right.
How is the PS4 still not doing that? It just seems
I don't know. Like,
insane.
It's part of a and I apologize for this because it makes it partially my fault. It's part of a long-term conspiracy the world has to keep me from playing Threads of Fate as often as I'd like.
undoubtedly.
And
Yeah.
I may, if I can help one person who thinks it's a Secret of Mana game. If there's one Secret of Mana game you can't find, it's not a Secret of Mana game. It's called Threads of Fate. Google it and feel complete.
To this day, I still want to play the PS2 Secret of Mana game. Do you know why?
Because it's an ease game?
No, that would be vastly better. So it came out after Kingdom Hearts 2, I believe. And for those who don't know, Kingdom Hearts 2... No, it was only because Kingdom Hearts 2 came out in 2005, right?
Okay.
It's a PS2 game, this Secret of Mana game. It's 2006, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I thought it was way after. It was like after the PS3 was out that it started coming out.
I don't think it was 07. I'm pretty sure it was 06. But, that was already after the 360 came out, so it was already in this weird period. But So, for those who don't know, Secret of Mana is basically the 2D equivalent of Kingdom Hearts. There were a lot of systems in Secret of Mana, starting with Seiken Densetsu 2, that really just... Kingdom Hearts took that and ran with it, and it was really neat. So when they said they were making a PS2 Secret of Mana, you would assume that it would be like, we scraped off all that Disney shit and just made this better. And it's great, you guys. But since it came out in 2006, when Japanese companies are like, hey, look at this cool thing called physics. We should use that. Or it's not physics, it's that other one. I can't remember the name of it. Chances are you can pick up any of those boxes. Havoc.
Okay, I'm sitting there like, there's no way he can't remember Havoc. So that won't be helpful to say.
But yeah, Havoc. Like
Kingdom Hearts where you scrape off all that Disney shit and it's just Sora, like, he's still talking to Donald and Goofy, but you can't see or hear them.
well, that
like
should
some
be the next.
Garfield
He's
without
now
Garfield
Scion,
shit.
the bouncer.
Yeah. Or he's a dream that guy's having.
That was the best thing where they're like official press releases. He's not from the bouncer. We're like,
that wasn't real.
yes, he is.
You're gonna have to believe me that was all a dream, and we did not release that game.
You didn't pay $50 for it. No one would. But yeah, that game's terrible. The Secret of Mana on PS2, it's like 4.0 from some places. It's really, really bad. In a way that's really gross. And probably worse than the fact they made a phone game a year or two ago.
Probably.
Yeah, what have I been playing? I own a new 3DS XL. I bought it for $100. I played some games on it.
Like Pokemon? Like Smash Bros?
I played Pokemon and realized I don't know where my Pokemon White cartridge is. That is the one with my living Pokedex. So I don't know where 400 of my Pokemon are, do you?
It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your Pokemon are?
Yeah, so
Oh, you also got to play Deception.
I got to play Deception on the PS4. It is still 30 frames per second. The new stuff they added is just weird fanficky other realm shit.
Yes.
I don't know. What do you think about that?
I'm kind of okay with how abstract it is. Like, you feel less bad about murdering these people.
Bad. I was supposed to feel bad?
The music didn't cue me to that.
I mean, like, here's the thing. Even, as Aggro said, during a video game, just killing people and be like, I hope you had a family! They even told you as they were dying. They're like,
did.
Susan, Susan, I'm sorry!
You know, Steve was the only one I ever felt bad for.
Yeah?
Because, you know, you fucking like Demios and Matatsune and fucking all these fucking, and then fucking, it's like Metaritis and Steve.
Uh-huh.
And then like fucking Steve goes down and Metaritis is like, Steve!
That's all real. Just so we're clear, that happened in
believe it.
Kagero.
I played enough of the new one to actually get to the...
No, this is mine now. I'm
The
just
first
using it
time
as
you
an
showed me one of
armrest.
those games,
Well then.
after like 10 minutes, I'm like, why is he showing me? He's going to kill me today.
No,
Not today.
not then.
It's like, well, I mean, I am. Well, I will have done as soon as I travel into the past from right now. No!
Like, Aggro tries to reach it and stop me, and his arm dissolves off. And then he disappears, and then I come back.
So we're still talking about heroes, right?
So he time travels, I cease to exist, but it really sucks to be you two because you're going straight to the Black Gate.
Let's talk about Hatchet Jack.
I missed the bathroom.
Okay.
Let's not talk about Hatchet Jack.
Okay.
He seems just as fine. His eyes are one of those.
Take it or leave it.
Eric,
Hey.
did you play anything else?
I played actually a lot of things. I got a lot of smaller titles.
Mm-hmm.
I got both. I got two of the games of summer over PlayStation. I got N++ and Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
N++ is okay. It's kind of fun. Played it. It's like up to 4 people multiplayer, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable. I
Yes.
would go back to that. I played it more on my own, single player. It's about the difficulty just really quickly asymptotically approaches. Oh, okay, I don't have to do that. No, thank you. No. Anyway, so that's fun. And then Galaxy is a ton of fun. And I still hate myself for not realizing that voice actor was Dean Venture that whole
You
time.
should, because like I watched that quick play and it started up, and I'm like, oh hey, it's that guy. And then like 5 minutes later, Dad's like, no, yeah, it's that guy. And I was like, shit.
I'm normally really good about like, oh, it's that person from this, and nope, not this time.
Well, he wasn't Yuri Lowenthal, so it wasn't your thing, because you're really on top of that. There's no other voice actor you're more on top of pointing out than Yuri Lowenthal.
He can't not sound like him. His voice is the one true voice, okay? It sounds across distances.
The
and
other day,
feelings.
I looked at Bob and I'm like, now I need to make sure I'm not making this up. Alucard and David Hayter are both in Bloodstained. And Bob's like, yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? I remembered that fact and I went, that can't be real. But it is, apparently.
What I did play, it was a demo for a dungeon crawler called like Dungeon Traveler 2 something something something.
Okay, that
I was like, sure, demo, why not? It stars the only male character of you and your large-breasted female companions. The second shot of the game of animation or like of illustration is panty shot.
Yeah.
Girls fell on top of each other, they're on top of each other, and panties.
Uh-huh.
And I went,
That is some Ken Akamatsu level shit right there.
I don't know how you do it, Bob. I don't know
Bob,
how
are
play.
you such a terrible perverted bastard? How do you live with yourself? Go watch Catgirl Cuties again, you sick bitch.
I don't think that was him. I think that was...
I will never know how deep or
I'm the one who watched Girls Bravo.
I will never know how deep or wonderful that
He is
system is.
very quickly.
Well, I got 12 episodes into Girls Bravo.
But like that Oni-Chanbara stuff and the ninja game, Senran Kagura. I don't fathom how you can get beyond it. What part of yourself did you have to kill in order to that be okay, Bob?
I just don't care. I don't
Better
know.
yet, why don't you express why that is viscerally not okay for you?
Because it's just, it feels like this is what you want, isn't it? Isn't it? And just rubbing my face in
You should
candy
watch some
shots.
King animes with me.
I won't.
No, you should.
No.
I now
Because
understand...
like if you think Onechan Bara is the objectification of women, you need to watch Clannad with me.
And when
your relationship
secret, you want to know a secret?
Really don't.
I've seen Clannad.
Oh God.
I don't know why.
But did you see After Story?
I don't remember why. I think I did.
Oh my God.
I don't remember why or how
Then
or
we're
the
watching
context
Kanon.
for watching it. I just remember it.
I now understand you and your emotional reaction to things a lot more if your mental space when you interface with media or art is, this is for you! And you're like, no! Because I just normally see stuff like that and I'm like, Japan.
But seriously, you need to start watching Wookiee animes. I think Clannad. You need to work backward through your catalog as they get progressively worse.
It's something about it. It just was like, this is, I mean, I can take tits. I played Dragon's Crown. Mm-hmm. There's man tits and girl tits and dragon tits and every tits in that game.
There were many
Does it have
tits.
lion
I don't
tits?
think there were
There were
dragon
probably
tits.
lion tits.
There were probably lion tits, but I don't remember dragon tits. I remember mermaid tits.
Harpy tits.
I remember a chick who was bleeding out and dying, but also might be orgasming. That was weird.
That was
Ghost
the worst
tits?
shot in the game.
Oh, you played that?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
I didn't know
Dying
you played
Nun.
Dragon's Crown. Yeah, no, that was the only thing in the game that made me
Please
genuinely...
save me, pelvic thrust.
And she had like a fucking lion's head, like weird demon lion's head, clamped down on her thigh, eating it. And she's just like,
Oh no.
yeah. Oh, no. Like, that was the only thing in that whole game that made me really uncomfortable. Well, most of the rest of it was just like, wow!
Like-
Even the bees have tits! Like,
Honestly, I think the art direction might have been brilliant. Because...
Might have?
Think about it. Like, I always say that thing about the Souls games where, like, it makes dungeon crawls scary again. So these guys are like, we don't have the budget for that shit.
Skeleton is walking towards me, and it hates me.
So they're like, it's a dungeon crawl. You're supposed to feel claustrophobic and uncomfortable and paranoid. How do we make gamers feel that again? We put really, really uncomfortable art on the screen. That kind of thing where, like, if anyone walks in and catches me playing this, I won't be able to explain it to you.
Deep family shame, yes. I don't know. I mean, it was just immediate at first thing, and it lingered on it. And I was like, I don't...
Okay, so check this out. For Dragon's Crown, for me, it works out that everyone in that's sexualized.
Everyone.
Right?
Everyone, that creepy
everyone's-
old guy on the street.
Yeah.
Everyone is an embodiment of...
Are you
Boy.
into twitchy, half-dead, like, demon-cursed guys?
I know
We
I am.
got it!
Everyone is an embodiment of some hyperbole. Everyone's cranked up to 12. It's...
Right, so, like, no part of that does it feel like you're supposed to relate and be like, oh man, this is just like if I were, you're Ray Romano, if I were surrounded by sexy ladies. Like,
And or
but
Twice.
a lot of these things do have just the schlubby nerd otaku as the main warrior guy, and he's just not sexy at all. He's for no one to...
Half the time his
Look
face,
at-
eyes are covered, so you can even more go, it could have been my face.
It could be my face. Those
Our
aren't...
protagonist.
I don't know that those aren't my eyes.
I might not have eyes either.
But yeah, since it doesn't have that, Dragon's Crown really comes out okay from that. Is sort of in. I think that is the part where it steps away from this is an art style and everything's fucking sexy except for Twitchy, right? The old man who's cursed.
It doesn't...
Until he gets uncursed.
It doesn't throw it in your face. The first thing it throws is beautiful art and, like...
But no, really, does anyone remember when he got uncursed and he was fucking fabulous and beautiful and disappeared?
He'd do that over and over again.
Yeah.
That was creepy. Like I'd come back and he's still there. I'm like, I know who you are. Stop doing that.
Go away!
You
I'm not giving you
out
any
of
more
here.
money.
Get out of here, handsome weird guy! But yeah, no, yeah. Like, here's the weird thing. Little known site, not even gonna name drop them, otherwise they might get more reviews, did an article about how gaming needs to grow up because of Omega Labyrinth, which is the dungeon crawler 3D game on the Vita, where there's a chick in her you play as her, but also
No, it's a
in the
group. It's a group of women, not just one.
Okay, well, I've only seen, like...
Well, yeah, I mean...
And she sits up there, and as you get more powerful in the dungeon, your tits get bigger. It's like, gaming needs to grow up. And I'm like, I feel like it did. Do you not understand maturity of a medium generally implies that there is a range that is acceptable to make? Nobody looked at MSI and went, music industry needs to grow up. Like, because MSI has about as large of a fan base as that game does in the world. Sorry, MSI. I am really sorry. The world's corrupt.
I mean, even I like boobs, but I feel like that game would make me uncomfortable after a while.
What, Omega Labyrinth?
Yeah.
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 I
still
haven't
haven't
seen
seen anything on
Omega
this
Labyrinth, but if we're talking about that kind of over-sexualized art style, it's especially in Japan. In Japan, he said disdainfully.
To the
There comes a
ground.
point where I'm like, no, yeah, like, I like boobs, but sometimes I don't think the people who made these games do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just what they put them through?
Yeah.
That shirt is much too small. Those poor boobs.
And
Those poor
seriously,
boobs.
like when you've
Let them
got
free.
when you've got tits out to here, they're not by any practical definition the same thing anymore.
No, they totally are.
I think it's just, I mean, it's a
I
problem
think
of
in
it's
order
all,
to further this conversation, I'm going to have to bring down my boobologist, Jim Ratgazer.
it's all about...
know. He would know where the legal definition of boob ends and begins.
I think it's just because it's all about titillation. And
Our
nothing
lighting
behind
kit
it.
probably boobs. I mean, look at them. Look at them.
Like, because Dragon's Crown is an art style, and everyone's like that, and it says something about a fantasy archetype. But with this, it's just, look, you should have an erection now. And that's all it has to say.
We should watch.
I'm going to make a video game. It will pause to go, you should have an erection now. After doing some weird
How are we going to afford
subculture
Patrick Stewart?
subculture fetishist
Spec Ops
thing.
the line shit. Where like you
gonna
turn to the camera and you should have an erection now.
This is gonna be like Screamo-Vision. Erection. Ah!
Which, you know, if you found most of the games that we're talking about deeply arousing in a real way, you probably would scream at getting an erection. Ah!
Why are you
I
screaming at
have
your
seen
dick?
some things on the internet where I just look down at my dick and go, "Don't you do it? Don't you fucking do it!"
No, I remember there was a point in Steven Universe you're like, please God, no! Please, no!
Can we talk about that? Or would we rather not do that in a recorded medium? And take that as that second answer.
I could pull up the fucking tweet.
Yeah, no, it wasn't even.
No,
You
not
texted
the tweet.
already recorded
I was texting
You
Eric.
texted me. He while watching Steven Universe texted me his thoughts.
Okay, well, I'm
they're
going to
gold.
read it, and then I'll determine whether or not we should.
I
let
feel like
him-
paraphrasing it would be better.
Uh,
Because you
no,
reading
I'm literally
a thing
just
on
going
a
to read it.
podcast.
I'm not
okay.
going to read it out loud. I don't know. I don't trust this text.
Dangerous.
And if I just stop reading it halfway, that's not
That's
nice.
even more.
That's not okay.
Well, I mean, it was the episode of Stevani, for one. Where he fused with his female friend and became...
Oh, yeah, okay. That's okay. Okay. Okay, that's enough. We can just
Just carry on.
carry on.
No, he's gonna go.
No, we're okay.
Oh God, there it is. There's you just
okay.
you just start there. But it's the last one that doesn't.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not going to say that I haven't been ruined by years of horrible anime culture. I'm going to say that I'm aware that I've been ruined by years of horrible anime culture.
Okay.
I will never forget the day I posed the question to Eric while we were both working at Howie's. And I was telling a story that happened in high school where I posed this question to my classmates. And I said, like, I'm 14, as I was at the time. Not just hanging out at a high school. I was 14. I went there. Said, I'm 14. And I think Asuka Langley Soryu is hot. Now, when I'm 30, if I still think she's hot, will that be creepy? And I get various answers to it. And I looked at Eric and I said, Eric, is my entire fan community pedophiles? And Eric looks at me and he says something I'll never forget. He says, short answer, yes. Long answer, no.
We need to talk about letters. There were 3 of them in the short answer and 2 of them in the long answer.
There should be 6 letters. There are 6 letters.
What was it like? No, but there's a U in people who don't understand the difference between orthography and meaning.
Yes. Twice, KCD. We pretend to understand you all the time.
I don't.
Every now and then I'm like, there was a math joke there. Googles.
Well, get out of here.
Like, yeah.
I believe there's a thread on his forum dedicated to just explaining.
It's called
the joke.
ExplainXKCD.com.
There you go.
I go there on my phone so I can read the alt text.
Okay, good. Anyway,
You can't cross a scalar and a vector.
I played Velocibox. That game can go right to hell.
It seems like it's
But
twitchy.
there aren't any panty shots, so what's
It's
wrong
just-
now?
Assault of go dude. Also, the box is panties.
No, that's funny. I'm just not laughing.
Is that the Bechdel test for video games now?
Yeah. Did I ever tell you that I wanted to pass the Bechdel test in a very forced manner in the indie movie?
Oh, I'm like, as a person, you wanted to pass because I have some bad news.
No,
for
it's
you
okay. I'm going to get
about
gender
your
reassigned.
genitals.
I'm going to get gender reassigned and have a conversation with another woman, not involving a man at any point for, 6 minutes?
I don't know.
I don't think
I don't
there
know
was a
if the
timestamp.
time was ever.
No, the
referenced.
original Bechdel test is there is a time. There's a time span.
Yeah, it was a webcomic, right?
Yes, it was involved in a webcomic, but it was a real thing that somebody said.
I think it originated from
the web.
No. Like the webcomic is about a real person who said it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, in any case, it's based on a real person. That's beside the point. We can
Someone
say
Bechdel,
we
right.
can simplify this to someone said it in a webcomic. There we go.
Gotcha.
So in any case, but yeah, no, I want to do that and end it 1 second short. Just like, hey guys, male protagonist here. How's this going? And they both just groan. Because the idea of the Bechdel test being like, this means something is
Like, do you film that before the gender reassignment surgery?
Is it the entire movie and every 5 minutes and 59 seconds a guy interrupts them?
Well, the
Dick.
entire movie. He's just man spreading in the corner, and we pan over to it.
Mad spreading.
But yeah, no. No, it just would have been one moment.
One moment.
Because I wanted to have a dialogue between two characters who weren't the main character, and I was like, oh, these characters are, like, female. Wouldn't it be funny to carry this on for 5
Halfway
minutes?
through, a timer pops up. Like, I don't understand counting up.
And the great thing is, once the moment's passed, still the majority of the audience doesn't understand. But the part of the audience that knows about the Bechdel test
He's
is
either
just like,
laughing or angry.
which is okay. That's what you need. You need
Art
half
is
of the-
supposed to make you feel.
So wait, okay, then it makes perfect sense that game would just say you have an erection.
Feel your erection
I feel my erection.
faster.
This is so real, and it's happening.
Game of the year.
This is the best kind of art. It's practical. You know, art can really elevate you. Bubsy3D.com's incredible. Bobsy?
Art can make you rise to
Art can make you Bob.
Oh no. We're gonna have
How
to
do you think we ended up with Bob?
Can you edit in Bob on all of our things?
Originally he was Stan.
Oh, Stan.
But then
I
with-
miss you.
With enough art, Stan became Bob.
But Stan had poor taste in action games, so Stan had to go. 18 Kandinsky prints later.
Okay, so let's go into the new 3DS XL thing because I wanted to talk about that real quick. I did a price match because Kmart online listed $100 new 3DS XL.
And you're like, bitches!
I went to Walmart. The first one was like, what was it? There was some specific thing. They have to be able to add it to the cart on their computer.
Right, it has to actually be in stock.
Huh.
Right. So I went there. That was way too long of a time spent trying to do that. So then I went to a different one, and they just okay, because I had the printout, I had the site, and it worked, and they were like, okay, there you go. Why did I buy a new 3DS XL? Let's talk about this. Capitalism has ruined my rational brain. The savings were so intense that
I couldn't afford not to buy it!
Exactly. But I own that now, and it did not improve the frame rates in Pokemon, which is very upsetting because, man, they're bad. Isn't it great looking, guys? It's in 3D. Well, if it ran well, that would be incredible, but it doesn't. So thanks for that.
So you're saying it doesn't matter and you don't want it? Don't want it. I don't want it.
Do not want. But yeah, so another thing that happened, NVIDIA sold me my video card with a packing game, Batman. Now, I'm listening to the podcast, Giant Bombcast, and at one point they go, yeah, so now that some person emailed in, they said, so now that NVIDIA is reimbursing people for the value of Batman and just giving them Metal Gear Solid The Phantom Pain, which is the promotion that picked up a week after I bought my video card.
Damn.
And at this moment I stop at the fuck they are? I haven't heard anything. So I search it up and Newegg's doing it. But Amazon's weird because Amazon's Walmart, but online. So I have to do that same thing where I just sort of email Amazon and I'm like, hey, they're doing that. Can you just give me a promo code for Metal Gear Solid The Phantom Pain? Because in the future, I'll totally just use a Newegg with the guarantee, the knowledge in my brain if something weird and fucked up happens. So eventually they're like, here's $60. And I'm like, blood money. I just wanted the Metal Gear game. Now I just have $60. And being a guy who wants it at midnight, I have the prerogative to just go spend it elsewhere, which will make me feel like a fucking dirtbag. Because you're supposed to put that money back into the system so that way it works out. But they didn't give me $60 of Amazon money. Why didn't they do that?
This is the only customer in America who goes, they didn't give me store credit. They just gave me cash.
That's because I have a fucking conscience. I think. Do I? Anyone?
Jury's still out.
What do you mean that's sort of the reason?
No, I said, oh yeah, that's totally the reason why.
Oh, okay. What's the real reason why?
Oh, I don't know. Probably childhood trauma.
Involving trading credit and money? Holy shit.
Well, there are GameStops nearby.
You do have this sort of like used to be a slave vibe about you.
12 years of Dan.
We're going on 28 currently. What was it? I forget what I was listening to, but he's like, yeah, look, 10 years, 12, what, is
12.
it 10? 12? Okay, 12 Years a Slave doesn't talk about the 30 years before that he was an asshole. You don't focus on all of this. You just focus on that one part.
I think the only time I almost got lynched in high school was when I said, we don't know what they were up to before we got here. Maybe the Indians had it coming.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyone else have to leave?
That went down smooth.
So I'm excited about Metal Gear.
Are you are you excited about Metal Gear?
No, and I think that's become a moral choice at this point.
Okay, let's go into that. Why?
Because I decided to stop caring about Metal Gear before 4 came out. And then I went to the launch with you guys, and I got really excited about Metal Gear. And then, 4. So I've decided to not be excited about this one.
So it's going to last until midnight launch again, I hear.
Fuck you guys.
That's yes.
No, like a couple days after.
I mean, you want to know.
I do. I want to know. I want to know if he's still insane. I mean, I feel like I need to ride this series out. Not because of fond memories of the other ones or expectations for the new one, but because from several months out, I completely called the twist ending of Metal Gear 4. Because I am God's prophet on Earth.
Which part of the twist ending? Like
Where all of that liquid's ghost in my arm shit is made up and Ocelot is just fucking with everyone.
Congratulations. You won an iPod Nano.
They don't even make these anymore.
But
I played Twin Snakes. That's my investment in the Metal Gear.
Tried.
I hate...
Couldn't do it on the GameCube controller.
I hate everyone who... There are people out there who think 4 is a great game because it solved all the loose threads from all the other games. And they don't think about it from the perspective of if 4 didn't exist then.
These are the same
For example, the Patriots and all of that shit was not an AI until 4. We were much better in a world where it was a secret organization that was running things from behind the thing.
These are the same people who think plot holes ruin a movie.
And they also think that Metal Gear Rising isn't good. And screw that.
I haven't even played it and I know they're wrong.
Have we shown you the ending to Rising?
It has been described to me.
So good. It is exactly what Metal Gear 4 should have been.
Right? Like it should have been half and half. Like you do some sneaking, you shoot some frogs with a P90, hard cut over to Raiden. Meanwhile, in this control scheme.
Metal Gear Solid is the best when it is half proselytizing and not shutting the fuck up, and half absolutely crazy, unplug the controller, what are you doing, go to sleep. That is the exact... So 2 is the best.
2 was really good.
That's all I'm saying.
That's still my favorite.
3's a really good story, but who the fuck wants that from a video game?
Honestly,
Like, oh my god, he found it. He found the thing that'll make our fan base hate us.
No. It would involve a lot more N-words than that for our whole fan base to just go,
Like
nope.
nutrients?
Where'd all this blood on the walls come from?
but 2's story is so good because it just...
It's very
It's so
meta.
insane,
It's self-aware of the process of being tasked to make a sequel to a great
Because
thing.
it's the end of Ava of video games.
It is. I'm still not clear on who the fuck Dead Cell was or was not working for or
They
trying
were
to
all
accomplish.
555 agents.
Was the whole thing VR? I don't
No.
remember.
No, that's
thought-
some dumb internet theory that doesn't check out if you think about it long enough.
Thinking about it long enough. That's not how I do
That's
fan
not,
theories.
that's not how I do fan theories.
But there is a point in there where things get real dicey with the cut because they had to cut out the part where it hit the World
The
Trade
Twin
Center.
Towers, yeah.
That it feels more like it could be.
Yeah, which is fine. It's its own thing. But
Right.
yeah, I feel like 2 takes advantage of being a video game to tell a much better story than is accomplishable perhaps in other mediums.
But yeah, like none others have approached it in that level of being a video game. Like,
And I think 4
Vision Veiled is still that's going to be in my head forever.
Right. Even Metal Gear 1 and 2 like on the MSX, have those moments of like, this is so video gamey, especially 2, as we were saying the other day. But yeah, I feel like 5 is going to be a continuation of 4 of running in the opposite direction and just writing the worst shit imaginable.
I really hope not. I mean, there's the original Phantom Pain trailer that looks like it's all just psychological craziness.
Right.
Hopefully there's more of that than...
That would be nice.
Yeah.
But...
And honestly, what I really want is just real villains. Because freaking Beauty and the Beast Squad, that's the worst like set of bad guys
Go back
ever.
to Beast Burgers.
I think we're on to something.
yeah, no, they're terrible.
Yeah,
they're absolutely miserable. It was funny. Somebody was like, Metal Gear Solid 2 had the worst bad guys of all of them. And I'm like, what are you talking? Oh, right, the gameplay. Because I was out there at Fortune and Vamp are these people and this is what they do. And then, what was it, Fat Man?
Yeah, Fat Man.
Yeah. Like, Fat Man's boss battle is good. I don't know about any of the others.
I know Fortune's boss battle is bad.
Right?
Vamp's, I'm still like, maybe that was okay.
It was so fucking crazy. It was amazing. He's like dolphining through the water. That's pretty great. But yeah. So I'm going to play it because I need to know, but I am not. I'm thinking it's going to suck. And here's the fucked up part. After playing Metal Gear Solid 5, I'm going to go back to Destiny to feel better.
I know the gameplay in 5 will be fun at least.
Yeah, it was
Ground
awesome
Zeroes
in
is
4.
great.
But here's the thing. I've never once thought the gameplay was the best part of Metal Gear Solid. Because 3's control scheme is a fucking hate crime.
I mean, I still really like the gameplay like 2, just because the fixed camera perspective, it had a very different feel to it, but
When's
it
the
worked.
last time you played it? Because I know we had this conversation before where you're like, the camera always points where you need to see. And I'm like, no! It doesn't even only not do that when it's cool. It just constantly is just like, well...
Well, see, I always
You have this hold
like
on
that,
radar, so
where every
you
now
can
and then the
cheat it.
camera's just fucking
Unless
you over
it's an
and, like,
alert
you
mode.
switch to first person.
Didn't Sonic
case-
Adventure have that exact same camera system of will point the camera where it needs to be?
Where it needs to be. Yes.
But yeah, I mean, when I
Sonic 3 was 21 years ago.
typically
It is unforgivable.
typically I like if I hit alert mode, I have screwed up really bad.
Mm-hmm.
I just accept I'm probably going to die.
Wow.
Unless you're Dan and he
but no,
goes, beep, motherfuckers!
I refuse to kill people in those games, so I always trank them, and if I'm able to get
Wow.
through it, then that works.
I'm thinking about that time in 2 when you had to go get his like half sister or whatever.
Yeah,
And
Emma.
one of the guards saw me, so I put her in the corner of a hallway, turned around, and finally pulled out all those automatic weapons the game kept giving me but telling me not to use, and I just fired down the hallway till they stopped coming.
Yeah, wait, didn't 2 have the underwater escort mission?
Yeah.
If that is an unforgivable sin,
Yeah.
that isn't. I don't know what is.
Yeah, it's they combined 2 of the worst parts of video games
Yes.
into one
It still
segment.
wasn't a sewer ice level.
I was about to
so-
say, if
It
was a
almost
sewer
is
ice-
though. It's an underwater escort mission. That is so close.
It is.
What?
I don't have a problem with sewer levels.
Then we have a problem
And
with you.
I don't understand.
Doors there.
I mean, I also
Right there.
I didn't mind the water temple. That was fine.
This guy's really water templing me.
Fun fact, I couldn't play through sections of Ocarina of Time because likes freaked me the fuck out. I had to get my brother to play him.
Yeah.
When
I mean, like freaking things, but when it took my shield away, it was the first time that had happened to me as a child in a video game. I had a fucking panic attack. I'm like, this save file will be ruined.
Yeah.
But, weirdly enough, he couldn't handle the dead hands, but I could. Which is by far the creepier thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Can we talk about Ocarina of Time's an overhyped version of Link to the Past?
You can, but that's been said about 8 million times.
Ocarina of Time's a really overhyped version. Look, man, I was saying it first.
Huh.
I was
Really?
like a kid. My brother's playing it. I'm like, this is just like, imagine the overworld of Link to the Past, but everything's far apart.
In 3D.
It is 3D.
It is
Watch
3D.
out.
I can't argue with that. GigaBoots has been brought to you by the support of our producers Vincent Poverk and Cywolf via our Patreon. Consider becoming a GigaBoots patron today.